Hi everybody. I I don't know what day today is. I think it's Wednesday. No, that was yesterday. Today must be Thursday then, which means Lori Turner good that I'm losing it. I'm really gonna tell you how much I'm losing it. I got an order from somebody, and I'm just gonna make an announcement out loud. It's She Who Talks to the Wind, Annie, and I can't find her email or anything to reach out to her. And I'm just making kids masks at this point. I have completed over 50 masks. I've got a pile for several of you. Chuck Bronson, yo, Mike Stevens, Lori Turner, good. I got a pile for several of you who have sent me emails, and I'm getting ready to go to the post office, but I can't find Annie's information. Hi, Sarah. And so I thought that if I did a live stream, she might find me. She might show up in the live stream, or she might get it later. And I can't mail those masks to Canada until I find the email address, and I lost it. And I'm just so brain dead because I'm down here for 10 hours a day in the dungeon, just sewing away. I did come up for some sunshine yesterday. My sister called me, delivered me a pizza, and delivered me another table so that I would have more working space. I'm doing kids masks because I got a special order for those, and then I'm gonna go take a break. I need paracord. I need a healthy dose of sunshine. And so I'm going to go to the Army surplus store and I'm going to buy paracord. And I'm going to buy like 50 bucks worth maybe. It takes a lot of paracord, 4 foot per mask. It's like $7 for 100 feet. Maybe 8 after taxes. But I don't just get regular plain Jane paracord, right? We get like fun zombie colors. Red, white, and blue. America. Maybe I should get some green, red, and whites. I'm really losing it, folks. I just gotta tell you, I'm going COVID crazy, and it's a thing. It's been diagnosed as COVIDiots have been defined. So COVID crazy's got to be, doing the same shit 15 days in a row and not feeling like there's a break in the sunshine. Because that's where I'm at right now. Thank you, Jeremiah. I am really, really busting my head out on this. And, Ghost got called. Word 'em Up is in here. Holy cow. Taking you crazy? I don't know. I think that these videos are my effort to not be so crazy. Jeremiah and HP 101. Word 'em Up. I did watch your video the other day, and I like broadcasted it while I was watching it because everybody was like, "Did you see it? Did you see it?" And I was like, "No." And then I killed the thread, and then it like switched up on the screen. It's a nice video. Glad to be in it a little bit as well. Not everybody knows, but I think you know the voices. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, and the reality is that I'm making these masks because I know not everybody has a sewing machine. I know not everybody has the capacity to make masks. And if you don't have the capacity to pay for one, um, they're like buttons. We'll do what we can to get you one. Um, stay indoors too is the other thing, right? Just like stop doing shit. But I'm not e-begging, I'm e-working, and I'm really working hard to keep these masks a-flowing to members of the community. And of course, like now that they're opening up a homeless concentration camp, shelter, if you will, in Colorado. By the way, if you haven't heard, the Army National Guard is been activated in the state of Colorado to work the shelters, right? For social distancing, to chill the drug dealing. I don't know. I do know though that the Army National Guard is been called in, activated to work the shelters. I know that Ghost was at one yesterday doing some live streaming. Stringer work, actually. He got called by Stringer. Said, hey, we want you to go over here. He's doing such a good job with that. Just another impact. Fax in a refund request form. That sucks. Late fees. Yeah, they should be waiving the late fees for your DMV at this point. Because it's not like they want you to go stand in line, right? I've been telling some of you, and I don't know if you can see my machine here. I'll try to put it in there on some of these feeds about how my sewing line, I'm trying to keep it just so that it doesn't die, and then it's non-stop continuous. And so it's literally like an assembly line over here. I got up this morning, I cut out some materials for kids' face masks. I got another person making traces for me that I pay, actually, right? So I believe in a free market, in a fair market, and I believe that we all have a job to do. And I'm not sure that I want a $1,200 loan on next year's labor, right? That's what that stimulus check is. It comes off your 2022 taxes, 2021 taxes, 2021 taxes. I don't want that shit, right? I want to earn my keep today and to provide a fair package for my work. And I'm gonna do a lot of my work for free, like always. So, here it is. In Colorado, we sued our jail up in Greeley because they got Rona up there. And here, the National Guard has been mobilized to serve the homeless. They've taken over a multi-million-dollar facility in the city of Denver, but the governor doesn't like that answer, so he didn't endorse and support it. And then the mayor of Denver finally sent a letter out to all the hotels saying, we need your beds. We need your beds. We need your hotel rooms. The governor wants that. Who will line up and take the shot? Is that a shot of whiskey or is that the Rona? You want me to go take a shot of Rona? That's a good question. If you are watching news nonstop, 24/7 in the background, then you might know that that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to line up and take a Rona vaccine, don't they? They do. So, what's up with that? That sucks, right? But here's what the guy in Louisiana said yesterday at the press conference. He said, Lori Turner, he said, this is going to be a new strain next year. The COVID is going to be again and again. Not the Rona. No shot for me, kinfolk. That's what you said. Private group called Colorado. Oh, I got invited to some pages on Facebook, but I want to shut off my noisemaker that keeps coming. So what if there's Rona next year? and your antibodies haven't developed because there are none. What if the Ronas give you, yeah, what if they mandate a shot every year to get over the Rona? Like the flu vaccine. Some scary shit out there in the world. I want to give a big shout out to Caterpillar, who you may or may not have heard called some lawyers for us yesterday and got through, and got some answers from the Jefferson Sheriff's Office as well. They're not letting people out. They're doing video conferencing, right? Video trials. But everything has to line up. The lawyers have to have their shit together, and they have to know when the judges are reviewing cases. Because right now what's happening is, for example, in Denver, the judges are just auto-continuing cases, right? If the lawyer's not filing motions to hold the hearings, then the automatic answer is we're just going to move them. That's the truth, right? The judges are automatically. Your lawyer is not involved. Speedy trial, waiver of consent is like not a thing right now. They're just doing it for you. And that sucks. That really, really sucks for people like Eric. Because he doesn't want to waive speedy trial. Try me, get this shit over with, right? And make up your mind that some cases we just need to be dismissing. Right? But I'm going to tell you all a couple of things. I'm not reading all of this, obviously. Caterpillar, yes. Thank you very much, Wordham TV. There is no real test, huh? Well, I don't know about the testing all the way. I know some of the testing way. And what I'll tell you about what I know is that it doesn't matter. My brother-in-law has corona. He is not getting chloroquine. He's not getting Z-Pack. He is not getting like treatments. If that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me, but they're just good luck, buddy. Take care of yourself, eat some fruits and vegetables, stay the fuck away from everybody else. And no chloroquine. No chloroquine. That's not a medicine that we're using in Colorado. So he's not dying yet. He's gonna survive. He's coming out of it actually. And so what you need to know is that yeah, they don't have vaccines yet. They don't have real treatments yet, other than like the shit that we know. Don't be stressed out, yo. Chill. Take a chill pill. Have some magic mushrooms. Enjoy the day. Smoke some weed, whatever it is. Go home and let it run its course. Exactly, right? But then there are things that you can do, right? You can take a little extra vitamins. You can dose up on zinc or vitamin D. It doesn't really matter. Just take some fruits and vegetables. Eat them. Drink them. Inhale them. Overdose on vitamins, right? Go to your medicine cabinet that you haven't opened for a while. Pull out a bottle that's been sitting there for a year or two and start taking 2 or 3 or 4 a day. One of my favorites is Cold Snap. I actually, my friend owns the company, Oko Health, Oriental Trading Company, but it's a U.S. company, and Cold Snap is a formula for preventative medicine. It's great. And well, hard luck. You have a good day too. Did you call a DA today? That's the question. While we're waiting for She Who Talks to the Wind, and if any of you out there have her direct contact info, uh, Ghostwriter, I was actually hoping to hear from you. I was gonna try to make a call later, but I've been stuck sewing. I need to go get paracord, and I thought I'd see if you were coming into the city. If you wanted to go run around and do some videography today, I might just force myself to take a break from the machine for a few hours. Stephen Mauser as well, another man I haven't talked to in a while. Glad to see you're out here, buddy. Keep safe, hopefully. And yeah, guys, the National Guard is activated. They were on the Aurora campus the other day, and no, I have not been. I haven't gone down the street in order to make masks. I have been at this 10 to 15 hours a day. The other day, and I serve at the food bank, right? So I'm just trying to stay alive here. I'm trying to pay my bills and feed the homeless, right? So on Saturdays and Wednesdays, I work at the food bank, and that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. So, Ghost, if you want to go for a ride today, I'd be glad to join you. I would leave my house. I have to go send some mail out today for some of these packages that I've been ordered. Specifically, this face mask dealio here. So I got to go mail some of those later. And Ghost, I would love to go out, go for a ride. Like I said, I need to go get some paracord if you want to go on that errand. But I definitely would love to go see the National Guard if you're up for it, and do some live streaming. So it's your thoughts. But if you know Anne, she who talks to the wind, I am trying to get a hold of her, that Canuck, so I can send some masks up that way. And shit's fucked up, folks. Adventures with Peachy Rider. Hello, hello. Yeah, we wanna go see that National Guard. I think that's a big deal. It's got me thinking. What are we gonna end up with here in our world today? This really is some tedious work. And I don't know how much you know about sewing, but these little lines, the inseams, yeah, I've seen some of that already. The beds, the distancing, giving you some space. I see that. It's still fucked up. Rob B, what'd you say? Let me see. Oh, see, I keep touching my face. It's like a hand sanitizer here. Not enough space. Yeah, I know that, right? And that's why I think that we should go out and see and talk and interview people, and maybe give away some masks at the same time, because I might have a few of these that it is my intention to make enough masks that I not only can pay my bills next month, but that I can give some masks to those in need. Those are two goals that I have in life today. Pay some bills and help other people. So yeah, Ghost, we could go give some masks out. I'm sure of that. Front line. And back stitching is important too. especially around the nose. You want to keep that nice and strong. So I was talking about this though, and I don't want to lose my train of thought because some of you have not heard this. In Louisiana, one of the medical people there have indicated that they expect there's going to be a vaccine need, and that you're going to have to take it every year because the COVID is going to change every year, and you're going to be required to take a vaccine to survive it. Measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, all of these things have things in common. They can inject you with a cure. Amen. Shit's fucked up, people. So, has anybody in here know Anne? No. It seems like nothing will ever be the same. Yeah, I just want a paycheck, right? Now I'm at this point in my life where I just want the government to give me a paycheck so that I can stay at home and do nothing. Not really, actually. I'm going batshit crazy. I have not filed for unemployment. And Adventures of Peachy Writer, if you have her direct communication contact info, will you message her? I need her to resend me an email or call me. Because I need her address. I can't find it. She wants me to send these masks to her. And I have a pile of them waiting for her. So I can't give out masks to the homeless till I meet the orders, right? That's kind of the responsible thinking that I have. Yeah, okay, that's all I'm asking for, right? I went live to try to see if I could recruit her to show up by chance. And I want to talk to all of you because I get bored and lonely, and I mean, social distancing is one thing, but anybody tried dating in a COVID world? Hi, my name's Brian and I can sew. I have no job, but I'm self-sufficient. I'm looking for somebody who would love to motivate me to go for long walks or jogs, bike rides where we chase each other around the streets that are empty. And social distancing means what? No sex? Unless they live with you? God. I know that what's going to happen is that once we're all told it's free and clear, like, there's just going to be mass stupidity in the bars because people will be like, what was it? Oh, I know what it was. It was that Amazon worker who said dildos are not essential services. So we don't need to be here selling dildos because it's the only thing we got left to package. That was on their little rent strike or their work strike that they did, and good for them, right? Like, Amazon workers need to stay healthy too. But what I want is I want a contract, right? I mean, I can hammer 10, 15 of these things out a day. If somebody paid me 8-hour living shift, I'd give them all away for free. But 8 to 10 a day. Yeah. That's about what I'm making right now. And I've actually cut out the nose pieces because it's really hard. Time consuming. It's like 15 minutes it takes me to put a nose piece in. So, there's that. Otherwise, I'm just take the pieces, sew them together. Take the pieces, sew them together. Constant and non-stop. So, Ghost, you're in here. Do you want to go for a run later? Yes or no? Give me a 1. Give me a 2. Give me a 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Yep, one, two, three, four. These masks, those masks get very hot. Actually, they're not so bad. Depending on what you're making them out of, I'm using a mixed cottons, and my filters are inserts. So, um, although I'm thinking about just sewing the damn things right in, but they break down in the wash. They're supposed to be microwaved instead. But I haven't been having too much of a hard time wearing a mask all day when I'm out and about. So I was at the food bank yesterday for 4.5 hours, right? That bought my groceries. Volunteered for the food bank, got my groceries. And nice groceries like yogurt and a cantaloupe. Um, so that was cool. And I'm just double checking my work here because if the sewing doesn't come out right, masks will fall apart. I am a stickler for some perfection on that aspect. Who do facial recognition? So here's the deal. Um, my job coming out of this COVID was supposed to be getting a ban of facial recognition on the Denver ballot for November. Right? That's what we wanted to do in Denver Metro. We wanted to ban facial recognition cameras. I don't know how I'm going to go get those signatures. Right? That's going to be a tough one. I need to make that phone call, though, and see how we are looking on that. That's probably something I should do. But instead, I'm sewing masks. Because I don't have May rent. And I just moved out of Janet's. What a time. What a time. That's all right, though, right? We will survive. I will survive. Yeah, yeah. So what's going on in your lives? How are you doing? Have any of you gone on audits? Gone to see the hospital? Have you called your local district attorneys and asked them how many cases they're discharging and dismissing for unnecessary prosecution or lack of speedy trial? These are things that we all need to do. We all need to do them together. And, Cora request. That's a good way to do it too. Do a Cora demand and say, I want to know how many cases have been dismissed in the last week, 3 weeks, the week of, however you want to do it, the month of. Since the courts are closed and everybody's being ordered to work from home, we want to know how many cases are being dismissed because they won't get heard in the first 90 days. And they're just preemptively saying, we're dismissing your case. The Aurora Palace of Versailles? Is that in Aurora, Colorado? Stephen, it is, because you're in Aurora. I never heard of that. Did you take a video? Did you post it? Say yes, because you're a moderator, Stephen, and you can just share that link in my feed so people will go watch your video. I like that idea. I do. So these aren't so hard to breathe through. As you can see, they're fairly light woven. This one's a little thicker. We want that. And we put the filter inside. These are doing a really good job. And here's the interesting thing about the role of these masks. If they're doing their job well, they might actually be helping to build some herd immunity. Herd immunity. Put a hand sanitizer on it. What? Oh, wow, Mark W. That's interesting. Professor Audit. It's the same process. Okay, the steel straws. That thing's been posted. It's just been sitting there. Um, Email me at Cut The Plastic or Venmo me. And then you got to send me your address, right, for the masks. So that's the. I am Joe. I'm not wearing a mask while making masks because I'm doing it by myself today. Rotten Raid. I don't know what a rotten raid is. Is that rotten food? We're not actually having to do that because I get all the good stuff as a worker. But I am making masks like a madman, Joe Cool. Ain't no fool. See, and I'm daisy chaining them so that we can make multiple masks, multiple mask pieces. These are kid masks. They're a little smaller. Joan E. Rotten. Oh, nice. Hi, Joan. Thanks all. We really appreciate that. God, I got bombed. That's beautiful. Oh, I feel so happy. I've been in some of those, but I forgot. Like, yeah, raid. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I'm making masks. I'm looking for Anne, she who talks to the wind. And fuck the please. Cough in your elbow like you're flossing, right? I just said that on live TV. That's funny shit. Um, Sorry, dropping pieces over here. Gotta pick them up. Kids mask patterns, a lot smaller. So, guys, I don't know what to talk about. I'm tired. I'm tired of COVID. I want to go outside and play. I want to go to the bar, talk to girls. Making masks with sports names. You know, I gotta have the fabric, and that's the trick to all of this is that you gotta have fabric, and you gotta have a sewing machine. And I had to learn this, but now it's like it feels like a lifetime ago since I had to learn how to make these. So if I had sports cloth, then maybe I could do that. Throw them out of jail and into shelters. Yeah, that's a good. Fuck, Ghost. Maybe we're supposed to just leave them all in jail. Is that what you're saying? Because they're safer there? I don't know. Some of them got homes. That I do know. Some of them have families that want them back. That I do know. Right? So that's my opinion anyway. But the shelter thing is fucked, right? And the governor of the state of Colorado does not support the shelter system. He prefers housing options for people. He has made that clear, but he's also made it clear that like we're not getting rent forgiveness and rent freezes, and we still have to pay our bills when this is all said and done. But not the banks; they don't have to pay their bills because we bail them out. That's why I told my landlord if he wanted me to pay my rent, he should support my mask making efforts. Peachy baby, you back? Good to see you. Peachy Radin. God, see, when I talk about that, that dating kind of thing and going out, like I can just tell you what's going on in my head is like mustache rides and all kinds of crazy shit right now because it's been a while. So, Avi, look, buddy, I got your masks. I'm trying to find the mailing address for another person so that I can just go mail them all at once. Um, but they're sitting here in a stack, and I'd show them to you, but you can't see them. Oh man, doesn't that's crazy? Anyway, um, kids masks because parents have kids, and I got that request, so we're doing some kids masks out this morning. And damn it, if you see a hole, sew it. That's my motto. If the fabric, so I'm always trying to keep an eye on that because it just takes one missing stitch, probably three, to make a hole that you can see. I have to tell you though, not threading my machine on a regular basis, yeah, it is, right? Physical contact is so huge. And it's funny because probably some of us food service personnel, there was a round of hugs when it was all said and done the other day. Fuck the distance ban or whatever. But I saw my nephew yesterday and my sister. And the reality is that like I couldn't give my nephew a hug, and he was like, "I want to give you a hug, but I can't." And I'm like, "I know, buddy. I love you." Um, I did make them masks though, because they came out and didn't have masks on. Um, so that's it. And what I was trying to tell you, I want to, for those of you who can watch, I want you to see this. God, I hate this thing some days. This is where I'm going with this. So I've got this tiny seam here. I got this tiny seam here. And when I start this, I'm going to cross them so they're locked. Yeah, right now, Joe, well, my nephew, family, if you're living with them, hug them, you know, but if you've got the Rona, they don't want you out hugging people. Especially if their family members have the Rona. 500,000 people have been have Rona in the United States. It's a small percentage of our population. I get it, right? But still, courtesy to your fellow human being is oft desired. So, come stitch away. Come stitch away. Come stitch away. Come stitch away with me. That's what we got going on today, folks. Just stitching and stitching and stitching till I make it to the post office. And I've got all kinds of prep stuff too. So, see, here's the deal. Here's why this stuff takes so long. Because when you cut the forms and then you stitch them and you prep them, I would love to be able to make a fuck the cops mask. The problem is that I don't have fuck the cops material. And so if anybody out there, Graham, can figure out how to get Eric's fuck the cops logo printed on a ream of fabric, I'll make the fuck out of those. Right? I would take that ream of fabric and I would just make the whole thing. Right? We would mobilize people. I would be like, yo, Janet, here's the cut form. Get Defend or Kyle or Liberty Freak maybe to cut the form. And then we'll say, okay, here's this first step in the sewing machine process. You cut the form and you zip it. Use a Sharpie. No. I don't think you understand, beloved abstract. These masks are not crap masks. These masks are intentionally durable, tough. They are made of the same grain as us activists are. They're washable. They're paint on it. Right. So here's the deal. I make a mask. Somebody else has to paint it. The paint's going to come off. But quality definitely is something that we know about around here. And so when you get a mask, maybe somebody that gets one will do a breakdown of how it feels and looks. Because I saw somebody yesterday wearing a mask that was the same design as mine. One of the key differences that woman was struggling with, it didn't have a good ear connection. The elastic was too long. And so it was hanging off her nose. We don't want that. The other thing is that it didn't have top stitching. And so you could see the mask separating at the nose. Right? But what I do is I do the inseam stitching, then we do the outside stitching. So that every mask gets all these stitches and stitches and stitches, and it's reinforced, right? It's reinforced like community supporting one another, like people calling the district attorneys over and over again reinforces that this is an action that they want, right? Viruses can be only injected, huh? Well, you have good luck with that, because Johnny 5-0 will tell you that he's got people who have died from the Rona. I have friends and family who have the Rona, and they didn't get no injections. So, I know there's people out there that say that, this is a G5 activated, all that stuff, and I'm just not buying it, okay? My Lysol can said it could kill the coronavirus before 19 came out, right? Because that's SARS and MERS. Those are coronaviruses. And you can touch the virus, you can eat the virus, you can breathe it in. And that's what they say. No, they didn't get flu shots. My brother-in-law is not smart enough for that shit. I don't get flu shots, right? We come from people who served in the military who got injected from 100 shots that the government gave them, and we come from people who know that, like, maybe there's Northern Corruption Monitor. How's it going? Some people know that you can get diseases in many, many different ways, right? You don't have to have sex with somebody who has herpes to get herpes. They just have to be disgustingly filthy, right? The reason that people have to wash their hands isn't just because of corona, right? Washing your hands keeps E. coli from spreading. It keeps people from getting sick because they eat your poop when you cook food. Pink eye, right? Another thing we talked about not that long ago, why we wash our hands. Yes, you can go out cop watching, you can go exercise your legs. I plan on exercising a little bit this afternoon, but I was trying to go to the post office, and I'm trying to get somebody's contact info so that I can send them their Rona masks. And yeah, the other thing about Fuck the Cops Day material is that it'll have like Fuck the Cops Day all over the place or whatever, and it won't be like just right in the middle, right? It's going to be like these fishy things, these frog things with the patterns over and over again, and then you get it all different kinds of ways. I actually was thinking about talking to Janet and asking if we have any of Eric's old shirts to turn into masks that we could then sell to you people and send money to phone calls or whatever. I don't know. I hadn't thought it all the way through. I was just thinking that we could take some of Eric's painted flags or shirts, possibly to make masks out of. Because we're taking out bed sheets and we're taking up t-shirts and we're taking up old fabrics. So why not? Just an idea I had. Doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, so don't get too hyped on it. But we are making masks. So has anybody found And She Who Talks to the Wind? And if anybody else is in here that wants to order masks, I got about 6 or 8 that I could put in the mail today. And, oh yeah, hey, listen, all of you right now, somebody go see if Carolina in Fort Worth is live or if it's a propped up video. Because if Carolina's out auditing, Craigslist 404, that's a good question. It's probably been a week or two. And I'm thinking that by July, we're just going to forward his post office box. I'm selling these masks, Northern Corruption Monitor. And I have some done. Green, fish, different ones. Just uploaded a video. Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to see. So, news now, Patrick's got taken down. Yeah, well, there's different people doing different things, and not all of them are appreciated. And I think Patrick assaulted some homeless people. So that might be one of the reasons why this shit got taken down. But, I was just thinking, was News Now Patrick one of the Rockwall 4? Chalkwall 4? With Monk Eye and The Worst Observer, whatever she goes by these days? The ex-girlfriend? The Tattletale? The Disruptor? I don't know what we want to call her. Yeah, he was. Thanks, Ghost. So, yeah. He got arrested. Yes, thank you. And Northern Corruption Monitor, if you want a mask, give me a email, cuttheplastic@gmail.com. The thing about people who are buying masks from the mail, I should probably be charging 20 because of postage fees. Hadn't thought that one all the way through when I started advertising prices. But they are asked at a list price of 15 a pop. And Northern Corruption, I might just tell you to send me an email with your mailing address in it. And then you can send me a gift box. And I would be okay with that. Tell me how much trim you're going to mail me. Barter system. So as you guys can see now, I've been doing this nonstop. $5. I thought it was $7.50 according to my lookup on online. Trump said. You see what I'm showing you here? All of them are different. I mean, it's changed. Yeah, everybody's got their own style, right? For videoing. I don't think that we should assault people as part of our video style, though. That's my opinion, right? And I know that I have a different video style than Eric. That's why I don't have 5,000, 8,000 subscribers like Monk Eye and Brant and Liberty. I'm not a big forceful yeller on a daily basis. Silent sometimes. Deadly. Oh no, my shot's getting better. Gave up my marijuana license and went to the firing range. Whoa, Steven! Steven, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I do not think that we should pay YouTube. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Is he getting masks in jail? No, they're not giving them masks in jail. And I thank you, Steven. I do thank you. I'm grateful. The thing about YouTube, and most of you don't know this about super chats, is that YouTube takes a chunk of it, right? So I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. Gut reaction is not to pay YouTube. By the way, mentioning paying YouTube, one of the things that I've been doing with my computer screen is just running YouTube in the background. And so if you want me to run YouTube in the background for you, I'm glad to do that. Send me an email or something. Recently, I've been playing Otto the Watchdog videos, hoping that his advertising dollars will help him stay financially viable for things like getting enough gas money to get out and about, back to court trials and things like that. So thank you, Stephen. Let me not be an asshole about it. Thank you so much, Stephen. I'm very, very, very grateful. And yeah, I am grateful. So I don't want to knock that. These kitty masks. There's a big fishy. Big fishy right across the nose. Thank you. Yeah, and I know, Stephen. We actually were talking about you on Sunday, that we hadn't seen you in a while, and that we missed you, and we hoped you were doing well. And I said, "Oh, I saw Stephen on the YouTube channel the other day." And I'm so grateful for people like you who come in with food before, and I don't expect you to come with food right now. Okay, don't take that as that. I'm actually cooking 2 extra hotel pans of food from my kitchen. Now that I don't live with Janet, I have an extra kitchen to work out of, so we're able to bring and provide extra hotel pans that way. And I think I might bake a cake this week, and so that we have some extra cake. I haven't quite decided all of it. And I need to go get paracord because I'm out of paracord. Because even with these kids' masks, I had to modify the design so that I could feed them through because it wasn't letting me with the original design that I had. So in the last month, I moved out of my house with Janet, whom I love very dearly. I began to follow the footsteps of my ancestors. My great-grandfather, Sam Bono, immigrated from Sicily. That had been my father's grandfather on my father's side, obviously, right? My father's. And Pa Bono was a shoemaker, tailored shoes. And I don't know why they give a different name to seamstress and tailor. But beloved abstract, I think that there's some truths to the fact that this COVID and SARS is lab manufactured. I believe that, okay? And I believe that if you go to Google Scholar, you'll find evidence of that by reading some of the posts. And cobbler, oh, that's a great word. Yes, cobbler. Because tailor is suits. But I believe that COVID has been played with in the laboratory, that college students have been experimenting with it, and that means that if college students are doing it, the military was probably doing it too. So I like to I like to just get that off my chest. Cobbler is a shoemaker. Yep. And we are compelled to believe it because everything changed, right? Everything changed when our beloved president said, "Shut it down. It hurts me to shut the government down and close our country borders." But as Twisted Silvertongue is going to do and talk about that pandemic, right? He just went live for those of you who follow Twisted Silvertongue. So, yeah. A cordwainer. Hey. I don't know what that means. Yeah, if the lab created it, the next one will be worse. Well, let's think about it. This is like the worst we've had in our modern era, right? So, how do we know that it's not lab created? Riddle me this, riddle me that. New shoes from new leather versus a cobbler who uses old shoes? Or is it because the cobbler made cobbles, like stone, and so they were heavy wooden shoes? Germ warfare, that's the one we're talking about. Ding, 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 ding. Wish I had that bell I bought for Eric for his bike. That was a fun bell. Cordwainer. Write carbon on the carbon footprints. That's hilarious. Oh my. I might actually have to send my activist friends that. Brian Johnson, if you see this, or my eye on you, you got that 3D printer file fired up. We need a sole of a shoe that says carbon so that we can write about our carbon footprints. Only a mild flu unless it kills you. That's what they say. killed that one. I'm about to kill this stream too, I think. Is there anybody in here with thoughts that they want to share before I go? It's been an hour. I'm not being as productive as I would like. Virus lives matter. That's a How long am I willing to stay at home? Well, it depends if my rent's free or not. If I'm getting a living wage, and I don't know. I'm not doing a very good job of staying at home, right? I go to the food bank down the street twice a week and volunteer my time. I'm going for walks to the bar to buy a bottle of beer and material for my face mask projects. Being copped up at home, yeah. That's tough though, isn't it? Like, it is face interaction. Creating and editing, huh, Steven? Well, they're gene editing. That's, instead of saying manipulating the genes, they say that they edit them, right? To make it sound sexy. Sexier. Oh, no. They say he's got the corona. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, no. They say he's got to go. He's got corona. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, you know, one day maybe I'll figure out some time to do the Streamlabs thing and how to set that up so that we can... No, nothing's free. I mean, I could walk up and get a box of food, but then I would just sit around and be fat, and it would be worse, right? So at least by going to the food bank and working for my food, I don't feel guilty and I get a little exercise. Corona is a beer in Mexico, for those of you who are out of the States. COVID. Lose weight. Feel great. After you nearly died. Yeah. Oh no. Richie from the Boston channel, huh? Okay. Go check it out, folks. A Corona and a kitty mask. Every once in a while, I get down to the stitches where they're done. That one, I think, has to wait for rope-a-dopes. See, the problem is that when you do these pieces that you got to fold up for the noses or for the cords, if you don't cut it long, then it ends up short, and then everything gets screwed up. So, put a link in the comments. I am going crazy. I have smoked less than a half ounce of weed this week, maybe less than a quarter. So that's what Corona's doing to me. Back's killing me. Sitting in this chair like this, and I can't even go to a chiropractor for an adjustment or a back massage from a Chinese sex worker. I mean, massager. sorry. That was just too funny and easy. Because, you know, the massage parlors, that's a lot of what happens in there. Happy ending? No, thank you. I'm okay. Oh, no. They say he's got to go. He's got corona. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, life sucks. I beat my back up as a younger man. All those days hauling beer up and down the stairs at bars, brothels, whatever you want to call them. It's the same thing. Chain of masks. Oh, there's coffee. Yeah, it's interesting, and thanks. I mean, I'm not so lonely. I'm here with all of you people, right? Cause I'm blue. I got a bad voice right now. Always have a bad voice. I don't sing very well. I just karaoke when I'm drunk because I think I'm good when the alcohol's in me. So, I did talk to Eric the other day, and Eric is lonely. I gotta tell you, it's a jail cell. You're gonna get that. It's gonna happen. Trump, you're funny. Actually, all of these get washed twice. They go in the wash before I do them, and then they go out. They get a heavy washing before they go in Ziploc bags. It's one time I'm using a lot of plastic. And over there are the bags that are sealed. For your protection and mine. See, when I told you that I was a stickler for details, this is what I'm doing here. There's too much green hanging out at the edge, and that'll get all bunchy when you turn it inside out. So I'm hand trimming it. Like making your nuggets look better, you want high quality in this stuff in these masks. These are made in the USA, right? So I want them to look like they're made in the USA. Jimmy Allen, that's great. If I might ask, what is she going to use? Ribbed for her pleasure. What is she going to use for the ears, Jim? I want to recommend that on the earpieces, you extend the fabric form out a little bit further. This is the Olsen mask style. It's not the trimming I want to be doing, Ghost Rider. And are all of you sub to each other? Jason Gaudet, do you all like, follow, and share one another? One of the things that I've been doing in my breaks, I've been going out and liking and following a lot more people. And as I mentioned, I try to remember to turn on the channels for people, like Otto the Watchdog, and just run video in the background. Muted. 1/4 inch elastic. Listen, Jim, I'm going to tell you this. You should send her to my videos on mask making. There's only 3 of them right now, I think. This is now a mask making video too, isn't it? This is the Olsen mask design, and it leaves a little bit to fold over. And what I'm telling people is that let me get my mask out here. Yeah, I just leave them on in the background. She puts 3 plates so they'll expand. So listen, this is my mask. It's got paracord, 4 foot of paracord. It slides up around my face. it ties around the back of my head with a bow tie. Like I tie my shoes. Okay. It sits great. It forms a great seal. And again, this is why we do top stitching on these. Right? So that's firm all the way around and not loosey goosey. Awesome. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. I don't need that on right now. So yes, I'm just sewing away D-size cup. that is funny. That's one of the things I've thought about is that I probably have enough knowledge to make rough bras or swimming bikinis based on my sewing experience that I have now. Bra masks. Yeah, that's funny. It's actually one of the things that they have suggested is that the bra with padding in it is a good filter. I was thinking about asking some of my female friends to send me some of their old bras, and then I figured out how to do this. Made yours out of a coffee filter and duct tape. Well, I suppose that's one way to do it. You can make them out of a lot of things, right? You can make them out of bandanas and hair bands. I like mine, first of all, because they're keeping me really fucking busy. Okay, that's the first thing we need to keep a mindset on. Is they're keeping me productive, but they're also really they hide your face, right? This is truly goofy looking. At the top. Okay, so she's not making the Olsen style. She's making the surgical style, which are significantly less effective according to doctors and nurses that I've spoken with. And the reason that they're less effective is that they have more room for the air around the nose. Sign what? Sign it out? Except for maybe a Nixon mask. Oh, that's funny. Jason, cuttheplastic@gmail.com. These masks that I'm making, I'll send you one. I don't know about getting autographs, though. That's kind of goofy weird. Let's see what because Eric, we can't get Eric's signature on anything. So that's the first difficulty. He's incarcerated and they're not having trials for 2 months. By the time we see Eric physically again, the COVID will be down for the first round. All right, kids. What else are we going to talk about? Where, oh, where did my scissors go? Cheap man scissors. Flick a lighter. Did you hear that? Back stitching. Next. Next. Happy, happy, happy Fuck Cops Day. It's the best day of the week. You can say there's no such thing as Fuck Cops Day. But as far as Otto and Eric, they believe. Yeah. Yep, that's where we're at. Just popping masks out here, one at a time, 12 at a time. Ghost, what time did you want to go to watch the National Guard? Because I got shit to do today. I actually have to go do some errands. So if you're still live with me, I don't know, I haven't made a bra mask. That would be funny though. And thank you, Trump said. I do believe that I am doing a great thing. So you want to do it during daylight, and I want to go to the Army surplus store if that's okay with you. On that errand while we're out, if that would be okay. And then I got to get these masks mailed. But yeah, the military is mobilizing all over the world right now. And you know, it's really crazy because like I do watch the news. I've been keeping an eye on things. And for those of you who know me, I am an environmentalist, right? I like clean air, clean water, health and safety away from fracking wells. I believe that we should have more electric cars, that we should use fusion technology, that we should release the patents from 100 years ago, all these great thinkers who had all these alternate Tesla-like energy models. And from a time when people were awake, right? When they knew what was going on. And I'll be honest, I also think they should tell us where the spaceships are that they're building. Because you know there's got to be an evacuation plan by now. There's some secret place in the world. It might even be Wuhan, where there are spaceships being built. I am packing plastic bags. You just got that, Trump. Is Army surplus essential? Yeah, the paracord is absolutely essential. And while I was at the Army surplus store the other day, I bought some extra ammunition. Ghost Ghost has one. I gave one to Ghost. Ghost called me the other day, said, "Hey, do you got any masks?" And I said, "I got some fishy ones." And he's like, "I'll take a mask." And I gave him a mask. I didn't charge Ghost for a mask because he's a frontline worker on out there, you know. And digital currency, listen, I'm kind of pissed because I should have put in money into my crypto bank from the US currency before everything shot back up in the digital world. I don't know how everything else is doing, but my cryptocurrency is almost back to normal, pre-COVID numbers. And when it crashed, I bought a little bit from some money I had sitting in the treasury coin, but not enough. At silly o'clock in the UK. Nick Love. Yeah, no, Ghost has a mask. I made sure of that our frontline workers, if you saw last Sunday's feed, everybody got handed a mask. If they chose not to wear their mask, that was their own damn problem. But every worker, including Janet Madsen, has a mask. And Janet Madsen has one of my best masks. It's got all the accoutrements in it. And I made her come and get it from me. Every transaction will be tracked, no hiding everything. I don't know. I mean, I know my Coinbase is finally being tracked, but what I did a couple years ago, they don't. I don't think they have that. And we're still gonna barter, right? I'm still gonna make a mask and say, "Give me some weed. Here's some fruits and vegetables. Would you fix my car? Oh, I don't have a car." Abstract bartering can never be tracked. That's right. And so, yeah, I traded cloth for some of these masks, right? Um, Dandelion weed. No, but I would take some dandelion wine. See, see what I did there? Dandelion wine would be a great bartering item, right? Make me some dandelion jelly. That would be cool. Do you know how to make jelly? I do. Pectin. That's the most important part. Fruit and pectin. Wild pythons, like snakes. I'm not into pets. Although I did get some dog food the other day for Rusty. Make sure he's taken care of. So, gosh. Oh, Ghost, we could go to Costco too. It's right near the Army Surplus store. If you would be down for that. David Boren. Does Rusty have a mask? I haven't made Rusty a mask yet. They live wild in the Everglades. Yeah, Jason. Email me. That's how I'm looking to cut the plastic. Except I lost Ann, who talks to the winds. A mask for Rusty Poo. Yeah, I think a tiger caught COVID the other day. I heard, but I don't know. I haven't been watching the Tiger King yet. I heard it's full of meth and craziness, so that it's supposed to be really good. I'm not a big meth guy. Yes, everybody. Hello and thank you for being here. And Jason, yeah, if you get that to me before I go offline, then I guess I'll have to go and take your package to the post office too. You can Venmo me or Cash App if you have those. And I know one of my friends actually just like ordered 8 masks on Venmo and put her address, and then I was like, oh shit, I guess I got to make 8 masks. And so I did. And they're getting delivered today. Would have been a lot longer, or sooner, but I had to make kids masks after she told me she had kids. Adult masks don't fit a kid, right? Just like, a lot of things don't fit kids. So we'd keep kids safe. could sew some seat cushions. Yeah, I could probably sew seat cushions. I used to sew when I was a kid. So maybe the tiger was injected then, huh? Because, oh wait, I know. It mutated from a bat or a monkey to a human, or did they inject us with it? We don't know. We don't know. How do you get a virus like Corona? You get it from touching lots of dirty things. How do you get a virus like Corona? You get it when spittle comes from singing. I did not spit on that woman and give her a disease. I did not spit on that woman, I say. Yeah, and for all of you out there, I haven't really talked about this much, but this corona really fucked me over. I was just got a candidate on the ballot. I was getting ready to put some issues on the ballot and put this candidate in office. And next thing I knew, I was out of work. No work for you, Mr. Loma. You talk to people. They're not going to pay you for that anymore because you might give them a disease. It's all right, M-Star. Thank you. No, I'm not. This was probably a Chinese sewing machine. It's not a Singer. It is not a heavy-duty machine, so I have to be really careful sometimes. That I do know. We are coming through on a couple of these masks, folks. Look at that. That one. Forkers. Jim Allen. I am sewing hard, and I am still here. Thank you all, remotely M-Star, whoever's hanging out. Right? I know we're bored. We're lonely. We're stuck at our houses under executive order. The President of the United States of America said, stay at home. I don't like it. America. But we are sewing hard. Walk hard, sew harder, get the job done for America. No, seriously though, my grandparents were all in the world in the wars, right? Lacey Lacey, maybe you have Anne, she who talks to the wind. I'm trying to get a hold of her because she wanted some masks, and then I lost the emails, and I just can't figure out what her email address is to search it properly. And my boxes are so full, it's just crazy. So, if possible, very grateful. Anybody who's got her contact info, because I want to get these all out in the mail to all of you. Oh, no, 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 no. The president shut the country down. Right? No airlines, nobody's coming in and out. Stay away from people. The government is closed. Oh, right, right. No, I guess you're right. The president did not tell everybody to stay at home because there are states that aren't staying at home. So it's the governor. Thank you very much. You're right. I was wrong. I'll be corrected. In a song, it's the governors who are killing our economy, not the president. That's an interesting idea. More people will die from the country being shut down than our government, than from corona. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. It might be time for a population purge. Oh, I was saying that earlier. In India and New Delhi, you can see the sights because there's no smog. Because they all stopped riding their scooters and shit around, polluting the environment. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Something I saw out there in the world today. Passover ritual. Oh, we're putting blood on our doors? Fuck yeah. Let's do it. Let's put blood on everybody's doors. Go kill a goat, a lamb. We could do the Passover ritual. You know, I'll be honest. Every time I see that man, all I think about is the mentally handicapped kid from The Simpsons who got like 1 million charisma points, maximum charisma, and all that. I just, I've been listening to him speak, and I feel stupider every time. Oh, except for the national stockpile. I got to tell you, when they asked other people how many ventilators were in the national stockpile, which is super secret, the national stockpile, what we keep in it and how much of it we have, right? But it's like our national reserves. Bullets are one of the things we keep in a national stockpile. Body bags, prescription drugs, rice, corn, wheat, gasoline. All of these things are in the national stockpile. But when somebody said, how many ventilators are in the national stockpile? And they're like, we don't tell you how much is in the national stockpile. And then Trump's like, it's about 9,000. Yep, about 9,000 ventilators we got. And they're all like, dope. It's that kid from The Simpsons. I'm telling you. That's what it reminds me of. 30 cupcakes. Are they medicated? I can have a cupcake a day if they're medicated. But no, I don't want a box of cupcakes from the food bank. And thank you for repeating what I didn't see, because I'm not obviously paying 100% attention. Trying to get a few extra masks done before Ghost Kit comes out. So maybe we can go to the homeless and give a couple away. I think that's important. I gotta give a break, folks. So while I'm doing a break, let's see if we can't find a remote control anywhere in this room. So David, it's great that you scored a dozen N95 masks. I've got a couple. You need an outer mask to go over it. Keep the N95 clean. With an outer mask. Yes, these will fit under an N95, over an N95. But definitely put a filter over the N95 mask so that you have some protection for it, because I think that's important. And yeah, I think that's really, really important. I know, beloved abstract, you just don't believe in its necessity. And that's fine. Like I said, you don't have to, but I do know people. These are the basement walls, and they do need something. And we'll get there. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. But what I am going to do is see if we can't do something in the background. Shopping bags from G-shirts. Jim Allen, thanks. That's a good one too. That's a really good one. In the meantime, what I'm trying to do is play a video. I have to go take a 10-200. No, 10-100.
Hard to know what's coming.
A break. So we're going to give you this. If you're in custody, you show up in cuffs, you show up in the black and white uniform colors, then you're...
How the fuck
Did you like the part where the prosecutor was begging the judge to do an attorney for him?
Right.
The prosecutor is begging for Eric to have a defense.
Right, so that's a key thing, Colorado Mountain Watch. Alright, come on.
Film this.
What?
Film this.
What? Hey, whoa, you can't speak up. No, come on. This is a group effort, we're staying as a group. Come
This
on.
one looks cool. You can watch the next one.
Come on, Jordan.
Prosecutors about what the fuck they're doing.
No, we're not gonna interfere with the prosecution and
No,
threaten
you're not
them.
gonna, for one thing, tell me what to do.
One, please.
So let's just stop that.
Okay, well, you're on camera, so let's just be clear about that.
Yeah.
We are live, everybody, and we're trying to have an educated discussion to hundreds of people out there. Okay? It's not always about peace, love, and happiness. Okay?
Going down?
We're going down. Going down to one.
You're fucking incompetent, that judge.
But the reality is that prosecution was asking for
I
Eric to
know,
have.
that long prosecutor was trying to help Amanda the same way, and then they tried to file a motion against the judge, and he broke that down too. So these prosecutors have been shaking their heads and wondering what the fuck is wrong with this judge too. The incompetence.
That's right.
And
So
if
that's
they're
what we're
coming out,
trying
I'm
to be
gonna
clear
speak
about.
to them,
Is
because
that,
this has to be fucking stopped.
right,
There's
that
no one fucking
the
girl.
prosecution and the defense are both saying the judge needs to recuse himself, then the judge needs to
And he
recuse
doesn't.
himself.
And
The judge
anybody
needs
in
to get
custody
off of that.
deserves the right to an attorney.
That's
We
right.
don't have to file a fucking application.
That's right. So
We have
as-
the God-given right, being in custody for defense.
So here's what we need to do. We need to start doing some things. We need transcripts of the court dates, and we need to go get the court dates. So we need somebody to go get the court dates for the last successful efforts of Eric Grant. We need that documentation before we leave. We need the transcripts to prove that Rogers also had a judge to be there, or counsel to be there today. The courtroom, not the courthouse. No, the courtroom, the judge only has
I never said a word.
Can you show me the statute that says that a public peace disturbance actually occurs in a courtroom? In a court hallway?
You call it disturbance in the courtroom.
I didn't call it a
It doesn't
disturbance.
matter who caused it.
No, you said that does. Did you?
Doesn't matter who, you're all one unit.
All that was
Is this for all of us, or is this for the people that was doing it?
Come to one place, you know, refuse to leave the building.
Memories.
You forcefully kept us from getting court records to prove still corruption in the court.
We're gonna just shy over 180 people watching right now.
By the way, this is Colorado Donkey Watch video.
Constitutional rights are being violated right now. Right, access to records under threat of force, right?
Can I have the name of the person who's asking me to leave?
Yeah.
Judge asked me to leave, now go.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're telling me to leave, so tell me to leave.
Go!
You're talking to me like a piece of shit.
Get the Denver Sheriff's Office!
No justice!
No peace!
Fuck the
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that was. Oh fuck. That was kind of out of Donkey Watch. This is Monk Eye 83. Oh, rape versus chalking. Which crime is worse?
Westminster hates free speech, but how Westminster supports rapist police officers. Westminster gives rapists the same sentence as free speech protesters. Fuck you, Herb! We told you that you were gonna fucking choke on all the chalk! And we're gonna show every fucking king Westminster how to move.
I think it's time to go chalk Westminster again.
The police! Woo! How do you sleep at night, Herb? How do you sleep at night?
Oh, that one is a good video, isn't it? Probably in my recently watched file.
Westminster's finest.
An innocent woman! Shame on Westminster! Shame on Westminster! And I will use my voice to shame you! All of you! And I'd like to change that thing! Fuck Westminster! And fuck all you fucking people supporting tyrannous, authoritarian, constitutionally crushing bullshit! Free Eric Blatt! Political prisoner from a bunch of pussies that can't take some warrant! Free Eric Blatt! Political prisoner from a bunch of pussies that can't take any fucking warrants! Citizen Stone! They break my bones! I'm glad this never happened unless I'm a fucking police officer! And then I fucking fall apart! Because if you make a big deal, you'll go to jail!
Make a pig wail and you go to jail.
Watch! Watch the police jail looks like! And the part of your fucking family values is to support a police officer who rapes innocent women that sucks your family values!
They're gonna let people out.
No justice, no peace for police.
Especially Westminster rapist.
Oh, this is a longer video. Nice. I think I was working. I was at the jail. I did some chalkings and did a bunch of shit for Eric, but this is people in action, right? This is get off your couch and go do it work. Say something or you're giving up on me. Something. We're here. Sorry, I'm gonna miss the sewing. And I've been doing this for over an hour, this live stream, and I'm not getting enough sewing done.
If you were that mad, you could have did anything. You could have even got a piece of chalk and wrote all over. But you didn't have to do what you did. I don't understand that. Marriage is much more useful out here than any cop who was a rapist.
They're getting scolded for the rapist cop.
A rapist, are you serious? Rapists keep raping. That's what they do. Remember that.
Chalkers
And
keep
remember,
chalking.
The Lord will use the same judgment with you that you have used on others. Free Arab right.
And next up, I have Janet Castle.
You don't see Jenny go up and speak every day.
I got 3 years of grant. Okay. With that. I want to talk about how to kill this guy in Westminster. I want to know where the report is for the Westminster cop being cleared for shooting and killing Timmy Henley. It's been since September your cops shot and killed this man. Shouldn't the report it should already have been delivered clearing? Shouldn't the report have already been delivered clearing your cops from any wrongdoing? Why don't your cops? Why is there no You're not trying to cover it up.
So this is Janet, and you guys got to know that Janet doesn't get up and speak a lot.
Ada Lazari, like, that was right.
My name is Abigail Lazari. The reason why I'm here is because sidewalk chalk. And I want to thank Mr. Mayor for saving your city from this horrendous, strike. But there seems to be a fun caveat to that coming today. Officer Argenbright, which is the same officer who arrested my friend. Why? Because that uniform is supposed to bring trust, good feeling, and safety. But these ones, it's not days. You know where I'm coming from? If you could be your daughter, or your sister, or your mother, you all would have been standing up there with me with a piece of chalk in your hand, yelling justice for all the cowards. My friend, justice versus the homeless. It stands up for the homeless, the disenfranchised, the downtrodden, the ones who suffer from their visibility and have no one to speak for them because they're just dogs, right? They're just alcoholics, they're just drug addicts. Get off my lawn. You guys don't see it anymore. We spoke up for them. This man right here has tried very hard to silence him. And this city has spent an ungodly amount of money to silence that man and his speech. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed of yourselves. How can you sit there and
Shame.
justify the same
Shame.
for protesting? Rapist. Rapist. My friend is in jail right now, and there have to be thousands of phone calls coming in there, okay, to say they're already setting him up. Well, he might be suicidal. They put him in the psycho ward. They put him on the crazies, right? They don't attend to all the prisoners in the jail. Right? Two men falling in front of him, okay, from head injuries, from severe beatings. They still haven't seen a doctor or a brain scan. It's not new because this is Westminster City. That's the Adams County Jail. That's another one, right? But it's pretty much the same evil entity, right? Beating on my friend. Thousands of dollars that he might win in settlements. Back to the same people he speaks up for. He can get $100,000. He's broke before the end of the week. Because he gave it away. That's the man that you have a problem with. That's the man that you're idolizing.
Yeah, you should have my turn.
You don't get this tonight.
Why? But it's my turn.
Just a couple minutes left in this. We'll talk about it.
Did not sign up for question.
Elijah Westbrook, like the also say for Eric Grant, man who is exercising his First Amendment right to voice his opinions and beliefs, is in jail right now for sidewalk chalk. I mean, come on, if a little kid was out there doing sidewalk chalk, are you gonna lock that up? But a grown man who served for this country, spent 8 years serving for this country, is sitting in jail right now in a cage for sidewalk chalk. Free Eric Grant. Anyone else?
Good morning, everybody.
The day the music
Fuck
died.
Cops Day. Free Eric Brandt.
Chalk America.
Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up.
Hi, Caterpillar. Thanks for being in here, beloved. And when this video is done, I got some things I want to talk about. So stick around, everybody. Maybe even share this, because I want to talk about an action that we need to do for Eric Brandt, and why these videos are so important.
Guys, hey! Me and my neighbor are gonna be going around town today and doing, I don't know if y'all can see it, but YouTube, Eric Brandt, me.
There we have it. Hello, everyone. This is your mommy telling you to bust out the chalk and go color on your sidewalks. Today, we have free the feet. Hashtag chalk. And we did it with our super handy dandy little Lightning McQueen chalk. So, mommy did her pretty picture. Where's everybody else's? Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
My freedom boner is so hard, my liberty bells are ringing. Oh, that was hilarious. That's a great video by Monk Eye 83. And, he was arrested for chalking in Chalkwall, Texas, aka Rockwall, Texas. He's one of the Chalkwall 4. And I just want you to know that while you've been watching that video for the last 20 minutes, we were working on these green ones, right? So I just started stitching pieces, and this is where we're at, okay? If you think that I'm not crazy, you need to see the evidence that I am. And the evidence that I am is that I want to be financially viable and independent. And I also want to make sure that those in our communities that are giving a shit and doing the work today, that they actually get the message. Caterpillar, oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you. Cut the head off. It's been quiet with the head locked up. Oh, interesting, Prison Planet. Because, see, I sat in a trial where Eric Brandt was referenced by the judge and by the city attorney's office, the district attorney's office. City attorney, I think it was. People like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were referenced, those transcripts. And we actually need to get those transcripts. But there's more. Okay? Let us remember that Eric Brandt is in pre-trial custody on the equivalence of over $1.5 million in bond, or $1 million. I can't remember right now. It's over $30,000 in bonds that he's being held on, and the last bond's like $40,000, and we just can't. It's $30,000, and so we can't raise $30,000 in bond Because what are they gonna do? They're gonna find another excuse, another excuse, another excuse. But we must require that the system continues to move forward regardless of COVID, and that is the thing that we're on right now. So they want to allege that Eric Grant is a threat to society, as Prison Planet says. Take the head off the snakes. Like, he's calling Eric a snake, is what he's doing there, right? See, I see how that worked into the conversation there. Take the head off the snake and the body is quiet. The rattle goes silent. Well, the rattle isn't going to go silent here, and we're not going to go silent. And that's the point that I'm making at this moment, at this juncture in the conversation, is that I want to know, people who have Citizen Z. Thank you. What does one endeavor for and toward, and should we remember that we still need to be the voice? COVID-19, I'm tired of COVID-19. You see how tired I am? I'm going crazy making masks. Why? Because Ghost Rider's coming, and I want to be able to give masks away to the homeless as we see them in the streets today. So that's what we're doing here. That's what your donations are going toward. YouTube gets a portion of it, obviously, and we're effort mask up, and I want to save it because it's just, I'll make a smaller mask out of it for a child or a woman, but I cut the wrong side of the face, sewed them together wrong. So I'm cleaning up my mess, and the idea that we're going to give masks to people who are in at-risk populations, who are either being forced to shelter in the facility that Ghost Rider was at yesterday. And we should probably look for his video and show you that. Because Ghost Rider went there yesterday, and I'm sure he's put something up by now. Ghost Rider. And that's W for those of you who need to know. Yeah, Avery. So I'm going to be mailing masks out this afternoon. I didn't make it this morning, but when I said I need to get some things done, I got to get some masks delivered. I'm going to put some money in somebody's pocket so they have something to survive on, because they're going to deliver a few masks for me to somebody's house, and it saves me the energies, right? All these things matter. So we're sharing the love, we're sharing the wealth. We don't keep it to ourselves. Right? Kenny was over here the other day making masks and all of that. It's that simple, Caterpillar. That's why when you want a mask, you got to come and get it from the property. It's really hard for me to go out and do deliveries, but this was an order of 8 masks, and I thought that was really important to make sure that they got delivered there. So when you're doing these masks and you're getting to the point where the pieces are together, you've got to make sure that the outside that you want people to see and the outside that goes on your face are faced the right way, so that all the stitches are hidden on the inside. Does that sound right to anyone? Beloved Abstract, thank you for keeping me on topic and on point. And so what do I mean by forced to shelter? What I mean is that the Colorado National Guard is activated, and it's my understanding that they're building and are at homeless shelters, and that people are being told to go to the shelters. And so we're going to find out. We're going to go interview them. We're going to conversate with people here. Mick, you are welcome to Venmo, Cash App, or Super Chat if you want to contribute. I don't know if forced vaccinations will be involved yet. We haven't gotten to that point in the chapter and verse, have we? But we're going to find out soon enough. one way or another, something's bound to give. And when it does, we'll be there. We'll be there in conversation. And, okay. So I'm finally cutting the cord on that one. I guess we'll start coming back through it. We're going to have that conversation, and we're going to find out what is going on out there in the streets. I did this one backwards. If you've noticed me in the sewing, usually the fabric's on my left hand. But COVID is everywhere, right? Allegedly, it's around the world. So we want to see your videos too. And so we're going to mask up. We're going to give out masks. That's how we're essential, right? See, we go out, we're telling the news, and we're giving masks to people. That's an essential service. I know my way around the wheelhouse. So we're gonna go spin this. We're gonna go spin it, right? Let's go find out what it is. Let's go talk to them. So I'm going out with Ghost Rider for a little bit during daylight, is what we said. And remember, all of these get washed as we go. We do a batch. Wash a batch. Hardcore there. This is the first day I've really decided to allow myself confidence in an all long afternoon of sewing and talking it out, I guess. For whatever reason, here we are, rocking them out. We got Ghost Rider over here with 3,000 subscribers nearly. If you're not following GHOSTWRITER, then by all means go there and do that. He's a great guy. He has won cases. A lot of people don't realize all the great things that Ghost does. He's fighting cases. He does stringers. He helps people out. He does night calls, like night watch in a car, and I love it when I get a chance to do something. What are they doing on? Yeah, so let's talk about it, because I started talking about this the other day, and I should have done more of the same, like charging my battery the whole time. My phone call, I missed a phone call. Who was it? Oh, it was Eddie. And he called an hour ago. Dang. I gotta get back in touch with Eddie. That's extra work. Cash money. So, Ghost went live. He's done a bunch of videos. Shots fired. In different towns, but he was at the encampment yesterday that they're building, and basically they're going to move all the people from the homeless shelters out to the convention center that the city owns, city land. The mayor is asking for hotel rooms because they need 3,000 hotel rooms in addition to the shelters. But the shelters, everybody was asses and feet together, right? There was no 6 feet between everybody. But what they don't realize is that this mass housing of everybody in one giant setting, it's a shitty situation. And they're just putting them all in one big room. It's not like they're going to be having them out in the parking lot, I don't think. We're going to go look. We're going to go find out. We're going to examine what's going on. We're gonna give out some masks as we get them made here. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go mail some masks, and I'm trying to go give away some masks, get some materials, and go videotape, live stream, all this shit. To do that, I need to let my phone charge. There's other feeds going on, there's other stuff going on, and so we're just rocking it over here, okay? And I wanted to see if I could put a Ghost Rider video on. It seems his most recent thing was 2 days ago. So, I don't have that. Beloved Abstract. I gotta do this real quick. Because you keep saying these things. So let's recognize that viruses are more like seeds. That's what comes up in my COVID research. In this regard, it has a potential for life, but it might have to be activated. Is that an answer you'll live with? Does that make sense? Talk to us. We're here, Z. Zombie. Citizen zombie, huh? That would be a virus, wouldn't it? Something that mutated us. Chemical warfare. Talk to us, man. I don't have a chat, so you gotta type it. I can't believe I'm on for 2 hours today. Crazy. Just crazy. Are we talking? Because I'm getting silent over here. My head is getting weary. You know, I'm not used to talking and all this for 2 hours at this time and stage. What I'm used to doing is just working it out. Hammering out, hammering out, hammering out. Getting to a stage where I'm happy with the work. And then moving on to the next piece. Right? So each one of these gets an inseam. Anywhere where the cloth is going to be exposed, there's a pocket or a hole. Basically what I'm doing slamming those out all in a row. When you get to the part where you put them all together and match them up, you can do a bunch of them at a time. And that's why I say that this takes an hour or more by the time you get done with each mask. Because you got to cut them all out, right? So each piece to trace it, that's we'll call it a minute a piece. Then to cut it, that's at least 2 minutes a piece, maybe 3. And then there's 17 lines of stitching. Like this one right here. And so you might guess that it takes between folding each line of stitching, right? Conduit, and you want to fold it down. I should have looked at the clock to see what seconds look like. So that was 10 seconds or so, but you got to fold it too. So 15 seconds. It's all manufacturing model, right? Yeah, it's closer to 30 seconds. Fold. There's a God in heaven, and you should know that, because when I just went, oh, it was because I had folded this flap too big. I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about what I was talking about. As it turns out, the bobber just died. I try to keep 2 or 3 of these loaded at a time. I have 3 of them. And keep in the same spot. So that when you're loading up your machine and you're doing your work, it don't have to take forever in a day to get back on the horse. Now, I think it was Terracify or somebody said to me on a chat, about this kind of work right here where you get the scrap stringies and everything. And of course I screwed that up too. So I think that I'm leaving this live because Citizen Z was here trying to say something. But I really need to get going and get back to doing my thing. So, bobbin. Not sure what's going on in that. But listen, I want to thank everybody for being in here and who's come through and who will watch it in the future. Action is still required for Eric Brandt and for others. So I need to come up with a plan, a date, a Chalk America action, and get a few people to rock it. Right? Don't hang up on Eric. Keep that line rolling. So that's just my ramblings right now. My thought process is that we got to keep it alive. Are you with me? Somebody is. Like a pro. See how I did that? Like a pro. Now let's focus. This one here is a really, really, really thin folding piece. like an Egyptian.
Yeah, okay, so Lacey, let's talk about it. What we need is some recorded phone calls to the district attorney's office for the city and county of Denver. And we probably need to organize a mail-a-thon. Right? So these people are public officials, and they are their emails are public record. So we probably just go to like denvergov.org and find the city attorney's office and the district attorney and the mayor, right? And I know that Eric Brandt is a focus and a key aspect of this, but it doesn't matter whether it's trials for that of Eric Brandt for whether his speech was offensive and threatening, right? Or whether somebody was pissing next to a dumpster and they're sitting in jail or they have to come back for charges. Dismiss the shit, clear up the backlog, and do it before we come back from COVID break. That's a message we can carry. That's a message we can hold. And that's the kind of message that we need to be focused on. It's absolutely necessary that we are calling out to each of our communities locally, and that we are calling out to each of our respective areas. Jefferson is holding trials allegedly, right? So we need to make sure that they're holding trials, and then we need to make sure that Eric's trials are public record, right? And that we have access to them. So are they going to let us in the courtrooms? No. Then they better make these videos publicly available on live stream, right? You should be able to sit in your home and rebroadcast their trial for people to watch on your channels so that everybody hears about Eric Brandt. And that's what we need to be asking for. So, yes, Chronic Susher. I know not, how do I record calls? You know nothing about your phone. Okay, so this is a problem. Because this should not be new to you. Like, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what Eric's talking about too, and I know about him talking about it because I hear about it. You should know how to record calls. We've done videos on this, I believe. The ACR all call recorder in your store, and that can be the iPhone store, it can be the Play Store, or it can be through your BAT browser or whatever it is, and you just search for ACR, all call recorder. There's probably a variety of them to look at. You might play with one or the other. Mine is static. It just records phone calls every time they come in. Some are better than others because they allow you to save the name of the person, or you can pay for them. And you save your calls. What's that? James Jacobson used to record calls all the time for Eric. And Janet, I hope you're done on that little trip you were gonna take. I never got around to that, but anyway, the all call recorder ACR. It's free. It's out there. It's available for free on all platforms. But some of them that are better, you got to pay for. But I think it was James Jacobson. Janet, do you remember who would record these videos all the time? His phone calls, calling on behalf of Eric and others, and then he'd email them. So then when you hang up the phone call,
you save it, and you save the name of the call. You create that so that people, then you can email it to people. It's pretty easy. I gotta tell you, good stuff. So ACR, does that answer the question? I'm trying to remember to watch, but I gotta really, these first scenes when you do them, at first I was like, the maps that I was given, the patterns, they're offering all these cheats. Lacey, take care, whoever's leaving. Oh, Citizen Z. Yeah, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate the 5 bones to make masks and give them away to people today. So very grateful for that. Remember, always have the color that you want outside to be away from you when you're doing your sewing. For the most part, that's how I remember where the flow goes. Yeah, look for a call recorder, Lacey, and then and it's just super simple. I think my phone is dying slowly. So get the call recorder. Denver City needs some phone calls. Your local DA, your local court, call them. First Amendment auditing is one-party audio recording. So you can call free speech and ask questions, right? And then tell the world what the public answer is. See what I'm doing there? You can do that. That's free speech. So you just play your phone calls as YouTube videos. True story. Yeah, I'm sure mine does. Is Otto okay? Yeah. Love, sweet love. Na 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 na. Yes, it does. And that's why I'm making masks, right? Keep me busy also, but because we needed them. And it's phases, right? Like I'm selling some so that I can pay the bills. I'm giving others away because it's the right thing to do. And that, on my daisy chain that I just came up to, is a couple of finished masks. Or close to finished masks. And then we'll go back and start. And that one's in a different stage. So, I'm going to let you all go, because I am going to go live later. And I need to charge my battery up. So get that call recorder, call the DA, do some things. Thanks for the donations. Love you all. I'm gonna go out and give some masks away. And we're gonna do that live with Ghost Rider this afternoon. Thanks for hanging out, folks. We'll talk to you later.